Hi, guys. This is Daniel Alexander Cannon here on the Supernatural Show. The show that is not for entertainment purposes only. As a matter of fact, today we're going to look at a very serious subject, something I've been covering for many years now because it's been going on repeatedly for many years now. And what we're going to look at today is the fact that there apparently, and you're going to have to understand, I'm going to use a little sarcasm here. Apparently, there's some supernatural fires going on in California. Apparently, they're supernatural because of, well, their behaviors, their attributes, the things that they're doing. Let's see. They got some comments coming in, of course. Yep, exactly. Well, we're going to take a look and find out. I'm going to show you a number of things, okay? We're going to get right to, I've got a map. We're going to take a look at all of the, let me show you real quick. We're going to take a look at the fires and when they happen and a strange supernatural coincidence that they're happening all at the same time when they fire up. Now, that shouldn't be natural, should it? So it must be supernatural. Again, sarcasm. Must be supernatural because it isn't possible that all these hundreds of miles apart fires just all of a sudden flame up at the same moment. But we're going to take a look at the map and look at the fact that this is actually going on. And we're going to do that. I'm also going to show you a couple of videos that I did in the past, and we're going to discuss some of the information. You can see the flame ups taking place. A lot of them at the exact same time. Back that up again. See these white spots down here? And this one right here. Popping up. Boom, there they are there. Boom, here they are here. Boom, there they are there. All at the same moment? Really? Isn't that supernatural? Maybe that ought to be a new saying for me. Isn't that supernatural? So, yep, we're going to do that. We're going to take a look, and I'm going to prove something to you that if you're not aware of, it's going to be astounding for you. But first, we're going to take a look, and just to let y'all guys know, Shannon and Dan, neither one of them were available, unfortunately, today. I send my love out to those guys. They're taking care of some things right now, and they'll be back with us next time. Let's take a look at a video that I produced probably about 7 years ago, but it's still relevant today. What it has to do with is, y'all guys may remember, especially if you live in California, Paradise, California, and the whole community burned to the ground. Well, at least the houses did. The trees and stuff, not so much. But the ones that did burn only burned from the inside out. And the leaves on the trees were still green, but the inside of the tree was on fire or burnt out. And they had to go through and cut down all these trees that supernaturally burned from the inside out. Yeah. Isn't that supernatural? So we're going to look at that. And then I'm going to show you the trees. But first, we're going to look at this. And I'm going to let the audio play for a moment. And then I'm going to turn the sound off, and I'm going to talk over it and kind of explain some of what you're looking at as we're doing it. So let's take a look at this video here. Some of you may have seen it in the past. Yep. Major weather modification going on the East Coast. Major weather modification. 100 degrees in Canada and in Maine. Are you kidding me? But this is the fact. And there's some of this going on all over the world. And California is not the only place, of course, that this kind of stuff is happening. Yep, that's exactly right. Arsonists love to set fire from 15,000 feet. Exactly. Let's see here. Okay, the doctor says, I remember. Yep. And yes, you are correct on what you're saying. Whoops, I clicked the wrong one, but hi, Betty. Nice to see you here again. Thank you for being a moderator, Betty. Yep. So let's take a look at this video here. Again, I'm going to let the audio play in the beginning, but then I'm going to silence it and explain what you're seeing.
It's finally dark outside, and now it's only a matter of throwing the switch.
3, 2, 1.
Ilya Petrenko, RT.
Okay, so now we're going to take a look at ground-originated lightning, what ground-originated lightning can do. Now, I want you to understand that just like they've learned how to control the weather and all these other things, they've also learned how to control lightning, okay? They can make it pulse from below. That's how these trees get burned out from the inside, and the outside is not burned, and the leaves are still green. And I'm going to show you a whole bunch of those trees and light poles and other things like this as we are doing the show today. I may need to code a few words here and there, but I think the point will be easily gotten. So let's look at what ground-based lightning can do to water, because you're going to see it again here in a minute, what it can do to water and just how powerful it is. It will boil the water. Watch this.
Now take a look at what ground-originated lightning can do to water.
Okay.
Lightning can do
I know you want to see that again.
to water.
You see the water boiling? I know you see the water boiling. The basic name for this technology that they've developed is basically terrestrial band wave lightning, or terrestrial band wave energy, this kind of thing. There's tremendous energy in the earth, just as there is in the air. As you go higher in the air, the amount of electricity that's in the air increases dramatically. The same thing works when you go down. Think about Nikola Tesla and what he built. He had a shaft that went down into the earth, down into the water table, because that's important, because the water table in the earth is where a lot of the electricity is held. Now this is where I'm going to kind of turn the audio off and let it play, and I'm going to talk over what you're seeing. This was 8th of November, 8/11 in 2018. This was an alleged forest fire in Paradise, California. I say alleged because I've done the research and know that it was supernatural. You know? All right, let's go. So you're looking at a helicopter shot, and we're going to look at the river. See the river down on the lower left? We're going to look at the river because the river is boiling. Why is the river boiling? Well, there's a fire. Well, the fire ain't in the river, but the electricity pulsing that they're doing to manifest this supernatural fire is boiling the river. It's not wind. See, there's no boiling down there. It's just close to where the fire's at. We just seen how electricity will boil water, and there you have it right there. It's boiling on the backside of the dam. Now here we have some guys. Pause it just a second. These are firefighters at this same fire that were out, and one of the guys was filming, and they come upon the ground on fire. Yeah, that's right. The ground on fire. What you're going to see here is that this pulsing of electricity from below will cause the molecular separation of the particles in the materials that are in the ground, and it will turn it to dust. Might sound familiar, like something that happened back, in 2001. It's dustification, or the separation, the molecular separation of the materials. John Hutchison was probably the first guy that came out and showed that this was what was taking place. So I will give John Hutchison some credit there and some love. And I've studied it greatly and at great length, and I can tell you it's correct. Watch what you see in here. You're going to see the ground boil. There ain't no water there. It's just the soil itself is boiling. And yeah, I did get this video originally from Mr. MMB's channel. He didn't quite understand what was going on. You see the soil boiling there? That's the dirt boiling. What's happening actually is that the materials, especially any metals, anything heavy in the soil, is going to be excited because of the electricity pulses. And because these guys are out there walking around with rubber boots on, they would never know the difference, that there was anything going on that was supernatural. You see there? The ground is boiling. The ground is boiling. That's molecular particle separation. It's breaking it down to the atom, and it's floating off like it's on fire, because it is. I'm going to move this forward just a little bit, because I showed this in the negative as well as in the positive, and I don't think that's all necessary at this point. Now, what I'm doing here, what you're going to see here is where I tracked and showed the initial outburst of the fire on radar. It's not exactly radar, but it's similar to that, similar to what I'm going to be showing you on today, as a matter of fact. All right, come on. Let's get to the scene. Okay. I noticed a couple of anomalies. I noticed one thing, there was a chemtrail or a contrail, whichever it was, that cut across the screen. At the same time, you see that black thing blowing up there in the center of the screen? That's the Paradise Fire when it first exploded. And there was a line in the sky that came out from it, heading towards like Northern California, and like a contrail. So I think there may have been multiple supernatural, we'll call it, devices and methods used in order to make this take place when it took place back in 2018 on 8/11. They love that 11 number, don't they? Here you can see the contrail there streaming off to the left a little bit. It's a little hard to see. Back when I recorded this, I only had 720 resolution, so it's recorded in 720. So this is just explaining kind of what happened. So I'm going to stop that there and pull that off the stage. Here I'm back again. Let me look at the comments for a second. Yeah, that was another exact example of what happened in Paradise over in Maui. There were trees that were burnt from the inside out that still had green leaves all over the tree. There wasn't a leaf burnt, but the tree was burning from the inside out. I spent a lot of time trying to get information to the people that were paying attention over there and putting out videos that had a clue that something was wrong. And I think, fortunately, I was able to get it to them. They were able to see my research and realize that that is the case, that they did the same thing in Maui. And amazingly enough, they can control it pretty well. Let's see here. I'm looking at the comments again. Yeah, it's what they're doing is, you could say plasma, but they're manipulating the existing flow of energy and causing it to pulse in the ground. Well, now Robin, now you have been told, you have been shown, and by the end of this video, you're going to know that I know what I'm talking about. And again, we're going to get to the actual maps and look at the current situation out there here in just a minute. We're going to do that. But first, I want to show you guys another video that I created back several years back. As you can see, I was working on the California investigation on the fires back in 2018 for the Paradise Fire. What's that, 6 years ago? I've been working on this, trying to inform the people, trying to save lives, trying to educate everybody. Well, hello there, my brother. I appreciate you being in the house today. I sure appreciate you being here. That is, guys, if you're not subscribed to Jesus Freak Computer Geek, you should go over and subscribe. That's a good man right there. And I would recommend his channel highly. Let's see here. Yeah, Truth Justice Animals. Yeah, I know a lot about that too, doing all the research I've done. And, it's very hard to do anything good in this world because this world is controlled by bad. It's controlled by darkness. It's just the way it is. All right, so let's take a look at this second video here. I want to show you, which it's got a number of things in it, but you're gonna hear me talking unless I decide to turn it off at some point. But it's going to be a video I recorded back in about 2018, probably 2018, maybe going into the beginning of 2019. But here we go.
Hi guys, this is Daniel Alexander Cannon here on Logic Before Authority. And 2, 3, and 4 videos back, I discuss the way that they are using, the way they're burning down the houses in California, and using the technology discovered by Tesla of creating basically lightning strikes under the ground. Tesla discovered that there was layers of frequency realms that were across the earth, and there's one that exists above ground up to around 20.
Now, you guys can see right here that I'm showing you. Look at this tree. Now look at the tree behind it. That's the tree that they cut off of here, right? Look at the green on the tree. It's all still green. All the foliage is still there, but the tree itself is burnt from the inside, and they've cut several chunks out of it here, and then the rest of it that ain't burnt completely out is laying over here. But this was from below. Lightning from below is what you're looking at. Let's keep going.
2 feet, and that one's got probably something to do with some other things that burnt, but there's another that's actually below ground. As you may know, lightning itself comes from it's ground based. You'll have the charges, little feelers that'll come up, and I show this in the second or third video back, but they come down from the sky, but the actual main charge comes from the ground, and that is the kill charge.
Now, I may mention this in the video here. Of course, we were listening to an older video from 2018, 2019, so we're hearing ourselves, talking to myself here a little bit, but I want to make sure that you understand that the lightning rods that are in your homes, this is the method in which the purpose of them telling you to put lightning rods in your home is one, yeah, it may protect your home from a lightning strike from above. However, it makes it 100% vulnerable. It's not only is it vulnerable, it's asking to be burnt to the ground if they decide to pull one of these surges of plasma from below. Okay? They can cause an entire area to pulse. And if you've got a lightning rod in the ground, the electricity will come up through the lightning rod into your electrical system in your house and burn the house down from the inside. Do you see how serious this is? It's the same setup with the lead paint. Remember how back in the 70s they said, "Oh, we got to get rid of lead paint. It's killing children, and we love children, so we got to get rid of the lead paint. Can't handle lead paint. Got to get rid of the lead paint." I was in real estate for over a decade, and every transaction you had to sign a disclosure and forms saying that there was no lead paint in the houses because it all had to be removed because it was killing children. You know, they always use that as the excuse to pull on those heartstrings to get you to go along with their bull. And what it is that the lead paint is actually a barrier to frequencies, like to all the frequency stuff that's going on everywhere now. If you were in your house, you would have been in a Faraday cage if you had lead paint. So you didn't hear me, or I'm not telling you to do it, but if you can get your hands on some lead paint, you know what to do with it. Let's see if I can move this forward a little bit and get to a little bit. Here we go.
Lightning strikes, but the tree is burning heavily from the.
Here you go again. Look at the foliage on the tree. It's all green, but you can see the light right in the tree, up high on the tree, above that little sign that's on there, and inside the tree. The tree is burning from the inside. Look at the dry leaves laying on the ground. Look at the sticks, the kindling right behind it on the right-hand side. Why isn't that burned? Anybody want to take a shot? Yep, inside out. Inside out. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. They do taste good. They didn't want us to have the lead paint in our houses because the lead paint protected us. Yep. Let's keep going.
Inside. You'll also notice that tree in the area that it has that is on fire really bad inside and out has wire running across it. Metal. There's another one. These are all in paradise.
Look at that. It's coming up from the root system from below, even on the smaller trees. You can see the one to the right is doing the same thing. And it's flowing energy, it's pulsing is what it does on a frequency base, whatever the frequency level is. But it's extreme high level of energy that's being produced naturally through the earth, but they've figured out a way to concentrate it and control it and bring the fire up through the root system in the trees and burn everything down from the inside out.
Another one. You can see that up under the root system is completely. This is the yard.
Okay. Well, let me let myself say it, I guess. The recording.
Where they are taking all of the trees to in California. They're in paradise. This is what the yard looks like. Now.
Oh my gosh. I was doing this stuff on my phone. Did you see that little green bubble thing that popped up on the side? I was editing and making these videos on my phone. Wow. That is supernatural.
Oh, Looks like
So let me just make it real clear here. All the trees that you see back here, you notice how black they are on the end, like they were burning on the inside, but all of them still have all their bark. You see that? This is the lumber yard that's closest to Paradise. This is where all the lumber out of Paradise came to be processed and use what they could use, you know, and everything's burnt in the inside from the inside out.
a lumber yard where they're processing lumber and all. Does everything look normal to you? Does it? If you zoom in, come up here a little bit closer on these trees, you're going to notice that all the trees are burnt.
Look at that. Soak in what you're looking at, because this is what's happening right now. Well, hello there, Alicia. I haven't heard from you in quite a while. It's awesome to see you back again here. It's great to see you back. Alicia says, hi, I live in Oklahoma and a woman moved here from Oregon. She tried to tell me that their trees burnt from the inside. Yep. They did it in Oregon. They've done it all over the world. They did it in Hawaii. See, it's called silent weapons for silent wars is what it's called. You know, the invisible enemy. The invisible enemy that Thump told us about. Yeah, the invisible enemy. That's their war that they're running right now, is invisible things so that nobody can get a grip on it. Well, almost nobody.
Inside, all of them are burnt at some level, some more than others, but they were all struck by lightning. You see that? They were all struck by lightning. Now, how is that possible? Yet they still have the bark on them. Now we know.
Queenie Trotty, however you say what you've got your YouTube channel at. We might actually spend a moment on that subject here in a little while, just so you know
How this is possible. We don't know the actual logistics of how they accomplished this, but we know that they've used a Tesla-like weapon to strike these trees, as well as strike the lightning rods of the homes that all burnt down. And as we know, lightning in the sky or anywhere, it's a little bit uncontrollable, or a lot uncontrollable. And it's going to strike some trees and not strike other trees. And it's going to strike some houses and not some houses. That's why there's the hit and miss thing going on with the houses in California, like I've said. So you can see here what I'm talking about. There's some more of them. All been struck by lightning. Isn't that amazing?
Let's take a moment to recognize our brother Mike Morales. That unfortunately I don't believe Mike is around anymore, and but I sure appreciate all of his work and his effort to try to save people's lives and direct them as best he could in the right direction. My brother, you missed greatly. I'm sure Father in heaven is taking good care of you. I love you and we miss you, my brother.
And this is lumber that was 6 days ago anyways, still laying there in California. As a matter of fact, even still smoking a little bit. If anybody's out there and you can go hunt this place down and get some more pictures, that would be good. I mean, this...
Now, you can't do that in this case for Paradise because this was years ago. This wood is long. This evidence has been hidden and taken care of a long time ago. You see, they also had to go replace all the tiles that ran under the driveways or under the roads, because when the pulses hit, you had basically a Tesla coil under the ground in the tiles, because there were you have what's called what is it called? Um, Basically thick wire that is running inside of the concrete for the concrete tiles that go under the driveways and under the roads. Those when the pulses hit, they will cause the energy to spike even at a higher level, and it just disintegrates the the concrete. It dustifies it instantly, and they had to replace all the tiles and all the roads and all the driveways in Paradise. The same thing happened in Hawaii, and the same thing is happening again right now in California. These are the things I'm telling you, tips and knowledge, so that if you are out in California, one, I want to hear from you in the comments. But I'm giving you tips and knowledge so that you know how to see for yourself with your own eyes that this is going on, and so you can prove it to yourself and the other people around you.
This is an absolutely smoking gun that proves for anybody with any brains. Of course, they would just deny it and say that.
Okay, Gator Sky Exploration, where are you from? Where was this stump burning from the inside in your yard? Okay, I want to know. It says we had a freak fire inside a huge stump. It started at 2 a.m. in our yard. It was smoking from top. Fire department truck took 1 hour to put it out. Only one stump out of 5 burnt. So you had 5 stumps, but only one caught fire by itself. Nobody set it fire. I want to know where you're at, Gator Sky Exploration. Give me at least a state. I would sure appreciate it. Let's see. I'm checking the comments a little bit more. Yes, unfortunately, Mike is no longer with us. He passed, I don't know, about a year and a half ago, maybe. Something like that. Let's see. Yeah, the charges are coming from above, wherever they can have invisible technology so it can't be pointed to like someone with a lighter setting something on fire. That's what they do. Yeah, where do you live, Gator? That's what I think you might have responded here. Northern New Mexico. Okay, well, you're in that territory. You are in the territory, and if you've seen this in your own yard, then that area may be a target. Are there any fires going on in that area of New Mexico? We might take a look when we get to the map here in just a moment, because we are going to the map pretty quick. So northern New Mexico, he says. I appreciate that greatly. Let's see here. Yeah, rebar is in the drain tiles. They have wire and rebar, exactly. That's why Mike Smith, thank you for giving me the words. That's why when those pulses would hit that rebar and stuff like that, because it's wound around inside, and it acted like a Tesla coil, and it would boom, just increase the amperage is what it would do. And when that happened, it would dustify the tile, the concrete itself, and all you'd have left is the wire rack. And they pulled out a ton of those out of Paradise. And I'm sure all these other places, they're doing the same thing. All the light poles are burning off at the bottom, right where the ground connection that goes down. They have that copper wire that runs down into the ground, and they're burning all the light poles. Will be burned off at the bottom or burn off from the inside out. Same story, different day. Let's see here. Looking at the comments. Says there was no Gator Sky Exploration says there was no fire, a forest fire, no house fire. It was a day and only fire event. The fire department had to pop a hole in the tree and out their hose inside to put it out, basically. Yep. Thank you for that additional information. Greatly appreciate it. Let's see here. Yeah, I've been telling people, of course, for years as well, Michael. But people it's some people just won't listen. They won't get it. They'll deny it. You know, that's what they do. Let's see here. New York Debs says we are 90 degrees and getting a storm from hell. Dang those people doing this. Yep, indeed. Yeah, you 90 now. You're going to be 100 in a day or so. It's going to be even hotter, I think. It's crazy. All right, let's see what else we got here on this video that I might want to share.
This is how
Let me glance through it.
the photos, the many photos of the lightning poles, right? Golly. Okay, here we go. The lightning poles throughout the city that were burned up, right? Like this one. And all the lightning poles going down through the streets, like the one on the left on the bottom is on fire. There's another one, the one on the left. There's the one on the right on the bottom that's on fire. The one on the bottom of the right is on fire and about to fall. The one on the right on the bottom is on fire. The one on the right on the bottom, the one on the right on the bottom is on fire and about to fall.
Now look at this one. This pole on the right-hand side is burnt down to a toothpick, as you can see. But there is nothing around it that burns. And all the trees have all their leaves on it. Do you see yet? Do you see yet? They're using secret, hidden, invisible enemies. They tell us the truth sometimes, just like Trump said, we have an invisible enemy. Well, what invisible enemy did they use on us over the last 2 years? That's what they're doing in pretty much all cases. They're using things that only exist in either your imagination or things that you can't actually see or touch unless you know what's going on. And that's why I'm here today telling you what's going on.
Go all the way through. And I could go on and on here. But I'm not going to do that.
Look at it at the top. Let me see if I can back that up just a smidge. See, the light pole is burning. It was almost burned completely apart at the bottom. You can see it's on fire on the inside going up the light pole. And then at the very top, you see the fire coming out the top of the pole. Does that look natural to you? Where there's nothing around, the houses aren't burnt, the trees aren't burnt, it's just some smoke in the air. Come on, people. I know you got enough sense to see this. I know you got enough sense. Y'all guys need to share this information with people. I'm looking for a marketing team. It don't pay good, at least not here on earth. But Father in heaven will surely pay you well with rewards in heaven. Looking for a marketing team. You can send a message to me if you would like to join the team of people. You can use that number right there, the team of people that are going to be helping try to conquer and fight back against the fact that they've had me swimming upriver. I'm shadow banned. I put out a video and I've got over 100,000 subscribers just on YouTube, and only 2 or 3% of the people are notified. And they have other measures. They have a hole in my bucket for my subscribers. So if you ain't been and watched one of my videos real recently, they're trickling the people out of my subscriber list. They're just removing them automatically. It's all set up and just happening by AI, basically. So you can use that number. All you got to do is say, I'm interested in being on your marketing team. I'm willing to share your videos and try to come up with ideas as to how we can somehow, and I have ideas already. I know where to go in some things that will help, but I only have so much time. I'm only one man. I've been fighting this battle for 15 years. I need some help, right? Do you think I can't reward you? But you know who can and who will. He sees everything. So please, even right now, just sharing this and getting this information out is going to help a lot. All right, let's get out of the videos and let's go to the map. Let's show you what's happening today. Okay. What we're looking at here is we're looking at a map that's put out by the College of, what college is it? College of DuPage. Okay. As you can see here with their logo with an X on it. See how they got Next Lab and they got the X on it. But this thing is pretty robust in some of the things that it allows you to be able to see. Like right now, I've got it set. If you went to the website and pulled this up, I'll put the link to this. So you can copy the link. I'll put this in the comments so y'all guys can have access to it. Okay, there's the link to the website I'm using. Okay, and if you come here, you have to make sure it's set on. There's a couple of different ones you can see what's happening on. But visible blue over on the left, you have to click on view localized sectors and choose the area you want, like that. And then pull the area you want up. And then you have to make sure you're on visible blue. And there's other ones that you can see it on as well. But we're going to use visible blue right now. Then depending on how far back you want to go, meaning like just today, you want to click on 24. If you want to see just in the last few hours, you click on 12. If you want to see just in the last hour, you click on 6. If you want to see today and tomorrow, you would click on the larger number, 200. It's talking about how many frames, meaning how far back in time do you want to go. Okay? So now, we are looking at the last, let's see, the last frame on here was just a few minutes ago. It's currently 4:23 my time. The last frame on here says 4:16. Okay, so, or at least that's East Coast time. That's not California time. That's East Coast time. There'd be a 3-hour difference. Let's let this play one time, and I might have to go further than 24 to see, but let's let this play one time. Okay, we already seen what we're looking for. Let's back up already. See these dots down here? Okay, first off, there's a fire right here. Right there. And I'm going to have to take this a little further back than 24. I'm going to go back 48 so you can see really what I'm trying to show you. Let's go to about here. Okay, you see this fire right here? There's a little light spot. You'll believe me in a second, it's a fire. Here in just a moment. Now, as we move forward in time, these are just 1 second, guys. Okay, these are, trying to see how many minutes apart they are. 5 minutes apart. Okay, so from this slide to that slide is 5 minutes. Here to there is 5. Look right here on the screen. 5 minutes, you see this light up down here. Let's go another 5 minutes. You see it really light up down there. Now notice, let me back up one. You have this fire right here. There's nothing going on right here that we can tell really. And then there's nothing really going on up here. You're going to see a bunch of small fires pop up here. And you're going to see a big one pop up right here and several down here. And this is all in Southern California. So watch, I'm going to go to the next frame. See how it lit up down there on the lower right? And it's starting to light up right there. And you also will start seeing lights pop up here in different places, all within 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Let's go 5 more minutes. See that? 5 minutes. See the difference? 5 minutes ago, 5 minutes after, 5 minutes ago, 5 minutes after. Let's go another 5 minutes. Oh, getting brighter. Look right up in here at these two. Boom. Another 5 minutes. It's really flaming now. Where's the wind, Daniel? Well, why didn't this one right beside it flaming just like it did? And how did they all start at the same time? Where's the wind, Daniel? No, it ain't the wind, dummy. It's that they're using supernatural weapons, quiet weapons. Let's go another 5 minutes. Oh, it's flaming up even more. So it went from here, where you can't see anything, to 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, 35 minutes. See how that just pulses up out of nowheres? All these different fires all pulse up out of nowheres, but yet the one that's already been burning don't pulse. Anybody want to figure that one out for me and let me know? Which I think we already got it figured out. Look at all the little lights that pop up. You got them over here. You got them down through here. You got here, 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 here. Just pop up out of nowhere. You got fires just instantly. And all a matter of they start all at the same time. There we go. Here we go. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes. And they've got their fire set. So you see the whole process of the pulse seems to be lasting about 15 to 20 minutes. If the pulse started, let's see, here, then that would be 5, 10, 15, 20. About 20 is the brightest, and then it starts slacking off. See, 5 minutes later, 5 minutes later, but the fire is set. Now, how does a fire flame up? Woof, huge. Look how big that is. That's the size of a city, a small city. That's the size of a city. It just blows up out of nowhere. No fire. Woof. And then just goes back down because the goal has been accomplished. Another fire has been set. Not just that one. All these other small ones too. And ones down here and further down. LA is just south of here. And we're going to look down in that lower area as well real quick here. Okay, so here we have Baja California down here. And you have Southern California right here. So let's run this and see what we see. It's going to be around the same exact time. So I could just pull this slider forward. Boom, there you go. See that? This couldn't be seen on the other map we were just looking at. But another huge fire. Let's look how long it takes this one to go bingo bango. Okay, first sign of it is right there. So 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Oops, excuse me. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 now. 20, and it's 15 to 20, and the pulse goes away. 5, 10, 15, and it starts going down. So see, we've learned something here, that it seems like the pulses that they're putting out, the pulses will last for about 15 minutes. Approximately, of course. Well, I sure appreciate all y'all guys being here. There's a lot of you here live. And well, I'm broadcasting on eight platforms right now. We're live on all kind of places. Of course, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Kick.com, Odyssey.com, and several others as well. All live. All the links to all those channels are below in the description, along with links that if you appreciate this kind of work, because who else is speaking out and telling the truth about this kind of stuff? Now, I'm not saying there aren't other great truth tellers out there, because there are, but there are not that many. And you guys need to support people like me. Not just me, but you need to support them. You know, I do this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the last 15 years. You know how much I've suffered for it? A lot. So please consider supporting the people that you know. Even if it's only $1, you support the people that you know are doing righteous work. They're sitting on top of the mountain shouting out the truth when no one else wants to go sit in that seat. How many of you would take my spot? I doubt many. So please do that. All right. Let's see here. Let's play this forward a little bit more and just see what happens. So we had that big pulse right there. Now let's keep going. Keep going. Keep going. So let's see what time that pulse was when it started. Pay attention to the time, because that could be interesting too, right? They like numbers, don't they? Okay. It's starting at about let's see, it's 20, that's 2021, which is the current time. That's UTC, and it's basically 4:30 now. So, let's see, 4:30, 3:30, 2:30. Okay, so they're happening about 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. In California, that would be 3 hours earlier than that, so about 11:30. So they're happening about 11:30 in the morning, give or take a little bit. Let me see here. 11:18. 11. 11:11. Now let's see here. Is it 11:11? It is 11:11. Okay, so this pulse here starts at 11:11 California time. Let's look at the ones north of this one. Back up here and see if they start at 11:11 as well. I got a feeling they probably do. Let's go back here. I'll be dog. They're starting the pulsing at 11:11 a.m. At least they did today. So 11:11 a.m. California time, they pulsed. That's when the pulse started, right there. Let me see if I can pull up my magnifier so I can show y'all guys that. Keep forgetting what the magic buttons are to press in order to make it come on. Let's see. Magnifier. There it is. All right. Let me see if that does it. Okay, there you go. That is June 24th, 1811 UTC. That is 11 a.m., 11:11 in California. So they're starting the fires at 11:11. We need to remember this because it could lead to an understanding of when they're going to be doing these kind of things. Because, I mean, 11:11 is a pretty perfect number, and it happens to be 1811 UTC, which is, it don't take rocket scientists to count what 8 and 1 is when you put it together. So, yeah, that's what they're doing. That is what they're doing. All right, let me see if I can turn my magnifier back off. There we go. All right. So let's see here. So now, tomorrow, we're going to have to be checking this and seeing what time they do it again, because they're not going to stop. I mean, they're just not going to stop. They just got rolling good now, and every time in the past, they keep going. It goes on for weeks and weeks normally, and they've just started to roll now. And here we are on, what is it, June 17th. And I think officially some of the other fires that started like yesterday. Let's see if we can happen to see if we go back 200 frames. Nope, it's already out. Well, maybe. Let's see. I'm looking to see if we can see this fire right here. See it like flash and start, but it's already there. So it's from the previous day, which I don't believe I have access to that data. Let me try this and see if it helps. This goes back multiple days by reducing the number of frames. It's still there that day. What was that? Whoa. Look at that. That's interesting. Now I do know that there are some solar farms down in the desert in Southern California. Something I discovered as I was doing this, because we got some refraction or reflection off of some solar farms before, and they had to be identified. But they're in the valley. See, this is in the mountains right here. See? The solar farms are not going to be in the mountains. And here we are. This is on the 15th. Is that right? Let me see. Yeah. So this is June 15th. And you notice this pulse here and a couple up here. This is the same place the one pulse today. But instead of it being today, it was 2 days earlier, 2 days ago, and that same exact area pulsed. Let's move forward. See that pulse down there in the bottom right here. See, there's several pulses. Boom. See how all those light up at the same exact time? Boom. Right there. See that? They're not there. And then 5 minutes later, boom, they're all there. You see those, how that works? Oh, look at there. And look at the fire start. You get the pulses. Look at the smoke come up. Boom. Wow. Oh, look at the smoke up here. Look at this one. Let's go back and look. See if we see a flash there. I don't notice a flash, but you see flashes happening everywhere. But I suppose some of these fires maybe aren't successful. But you can see the smoke from those. There's that big smoke there. And then right before it gets dark, there's smoke here. Let's see when they started the fires on this day. Looks like, let's see here. It's around the same exact time. That's from today. And remember, we said it was 11:11. So let's go back over here. I'm missing the frame because I had to remove some frames. But it looks like it's about almost the exact same time. It may be the exact, but I'm missing that frame right after this because I had to remove it because of to be able to see this far back. It's just the way this website works. So it looks like multiple days. They've started at approximately 11:11 a.m. So I would say tomorrow morning around 11:11, I'd be paying attention if I was in California, because seems like a lot of supernatural fires happen at around 11:11, doesn't it? Here's the next day. It's pulsing again. This time it's right again at about 11:11. And after that pulse, trying to see, I see some smoke come up here, because when you're looking at Northern California, we're looking at Central. Lots of pulses. Oh, it just updated is all that was. Let's take a peek at Northern California real quick. Of course, you could be looking at any state now. It wouldn't surprise me if the Northeast don't get hit, because they're certainly drying you out right now. It ain't like they wouldn't be willing to set us up now, would they? Nah, Daniel, that's conspiracy talk. Okay, if you say so. Let's see where we're at here. Let me run us forward. This is 3 days ago, Northern California. Good bit of weather came through. Nighttime. A lot of times the pulses can happen at nighttime too. I've seen them before. So moving into the next morning, this was yesterday. I haven't looked at this, so I don't know what we'll see or what we won't. I do see a pulse over here. See that one right there? Don't know what that is. Could be the same thing, but it's one out there by itself. And of course, the clouds sometimes make it kind of hard to see things, but now we're coming into this morning. Here comes the daylight. And don't really see anything other than mostly clutter. So apparently the focus currently is on Southern California. Currently, for the supernatural fires. Let me look in the comments and see what y'all guys are saying. Let's see here. Grease lightning. Yeah, you could call it that. Northern Nevada says don't step in the grease. Yeah, you're in a danger area too. You need to be aware of this and aware of the fact that how they're doing this. It's lightning from below. If you're just getting into this video, you got to go back. You've got to go back to the beginning of the video and watch it from the beginning, because of the things I've shown and proved what they're doing and how they're doing it. I'm looking at the comments. This is a real news report. I appreciate you, St. John. I sure do appreciate you, brother. And yes, this is a real news report. Exactly. Not that nonsense you see on the television with the programming. No. Yeah. Says question everything. Says it's extreme temperatures in Pakistan, but no fires. Are you in Pakistan? Question everything. Or where are you at? Question everything. Where are you located? Anybody listening to this from California, I'm live all across the world on 8 platforms right now. Anybody in here from California, that you're in California right now, especially Southern California, because that's the current target. Let's see. Yeah. Key McC says, I don't take any of this lighthearted or humorous. There are animals and people suffering and burning everywhere. You're so right. I mean, Australia, was it last year? They about burnt the whole country down and just burned out. Just these people are diabolical. There's no excuse. And of course, they know they're damned already. There's no way they can ascend. Their whole bloodlines are damned and they can't ascend. So why not do what they wilt, as they say in their Bible that they have? Do what thou wilt. No, that's not how this world's supposed to work. This world could be just an amazing, I mean, it is a beautiful place, but the people, it could be a beautiful place if we didn't have all these imaginary things going on. Imaginary believing in countries, like America, the home of the free, home of the brave, all this kind of nonsense. It's all nonsense. It's all molding your mind into being willing to send your children to go fight in a war that never needed to take place. There was never an actual conflict, but of course, they have to do these things to reduce the population. They have to do it to accomplish all kind of their goals. It's monetary. They make money on wars, big money. They get to sell all their weapons and blow up things. It's just insanity. Oh, I seen somebody say they're in the Bay Area. Let me see, where was that at again? Question Everything says, I'm in the UK, but friends in Pakistan cannot even go out at noon because it's 113 degrees Fahrenheit or over. Holy moly. That is hot. Let's see here. Where was the one that said he was? So you're from Cali, but don't sound like maybe you're in Cali. But there was somebody who said up here that they were in California. Sounds like you might be in California. My neighborhood is about 2 miles wide, nothing else around us, and we're 1 mile from the highway. They gave us a shelter-in-place order, but evacuated the industrial district that wasn't in the path. Yeah, you can't listen to these people. You've got to think for yourself. You can't trust that they're going to tell you anything that's right for you because you can't trust them. You're dealing with deceivers and liars and manipulators, and the person that's telling you, he may think that he's doing the right thing, that, he's being paid to do this or whatever. I'm just doing my job. They may think that they're doing the right thing, but they're being told. They're just order followers. That's all we are, is a bunch of order followers. We do anything for money. We're like prostitutes most of the time. I mean, is it not true? I mean, think about all the things people do that they don't want to do and be an involuntary servant or be under involuntary servitude. That counts all jobs. All jobs. Who would go to work to their job if they weren't getting paid? Well, what we need to realize is the fact that we have to get back to somehow working towards working for ourselves somehow, or getting to a point that we don't need them anymore. I know that's a hard one, but man, we have got to do it somehow or another. I'm trying my best I can. All right. Oh, there's one that says from Cali. Vera and Cassie from Cali. Well, you're from Cali, but I think I showed you already. Let's see. Just looking at the comments real quick here, guys. I had quite a few come in. Thank you, Disciple of Messiah One. I appreciate you being a moderator, too. Watching out over the chat and everything. There's a couple of you in here. I appreciate it. Miss Kim's backing us up in the chat as well. She's in there watching things. So I send my love out to her. But she's right here beside me. Let's see here. Yeah. So, anyways, guys, I wanted to bring this to you so that you know what is going on. Okay. And just like I bring other things to you about like Thump the other day and these other things, we've got to snap out of this cognitive dissonance that we're in, that all of us are still in at some level. You may say, I'm awake. Are you really? Okay. I could say I'm awake, but am I completely? We don't know if you aren't really awake and aware. You wouldn't know it. That's like a crazy person. Crazy person don't know they're crazy. That's the thing about crazy people. They have no clue. They think they're thinking right. You know? They think they're thinking right. All right, let's see. What else did I? Oh, I wanted to show a couple things. One, this. This is our sponsor for today's show. It's Angelic Creature on SoundCloud. He creates music that is Christian based, and he's got a bunch of songs on here that you can check out and listen to, and they're all free to listen to. Maybe even download. I don't know for sure, but if you use SoundCloud or if you'd like to check out Angelic Creature's music, I would appreciate it. And if y'all guys would like to sponsor one of the shows, maybe you have a business, or maybe you have whatever you have, as long as it's righteous and it's good for the people, you know, I'll allow you to sponsor the show. But I'm not going to put money over integrity. I'm not going to put money over the truth. If it doesn't fit the category, somebody could come to me and offer me $50,000 if I would mention some product or something that I didn't believe was good and righteous for the people. Then I'd tell them, keep your $50,000. I'm not selling my soul for a bunch of fake money to start with. You know, it just ain't worth it to sell out like that. But again, if you've got something you want promoted and you'd like it promoted on the Supernatural Show, you can do that by simply just get a hold of me. And the easiest way probably to get a hold of me is send me a text to that number right there. So like I said, I'm looking for people to help a little promotional team. There's going to be about 8 of us or so, at least to start. We're going to keep it kind of small and help us group think and help come up with ideas as to how to promote. And then y'all guys help do some of the promotion and some of the work or some of the little bit of blogging or whatever it is. I don't have all the answers, but I need the help. You can get a hold of me at this number, or and just say I want to help on the promotional team. Or if you'd like to be a sponsor of the show, you could even just sponsor a verse out of the Bible. If you've got a favorite verse, say, Daniel, show this verse. And I'll make you the sponsor with that verse, and I'll show it, I'll read it, I'll discern it, whatever it is that I need to do. But, yeah, let's see, what else? There were a couple of things that I wanted to, oh, yeah, there was this. I'm sure many of y'all guys heard about this. And this is a subject that I don't normally touch at all, but it won't go away. And that is these people, well, I'll just read this to you. It said, a dozen superfans witnessed, started right here. Dozen superfans witnessed the British singer shapeshift into a giant lizard backstage while she was meeting and greeting competition winners. As part of my past privileges, I had also been given backstage access to a Dale, that blonde-headed lady. By the time I arrived on the scene of the alleged shapeshifting, there was a palpable sense of fear and loathing in the room, and Adele, in human form but clearly frustrated, was busy apologizing to her fans, assuring them that she is a good reptilian. That she's a good reptilian, and there's nothing to be scared of. I'm one of the good reptilians, she said in her North London accent. I'm sorry I scared you like that. I've been terrified. It's going to happen to me on stage. I'm losing the ability to control it. So, is this real? There's no way to know for sure, but it sure caught grip out there. And if y'all guys remember some of the movies that have been put out over the years, this was a television series called V. I know some of you remember this. It says, they arrive November 3rd, right? It's us versus them. So they've been hinting at this stuff for quite a while. Is there anything to it? I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I keep seeing and run across things. People show videos of people's eyes tripping out and stuff on camera, but there's technical glitches that can actually happen, especially when you're green screening, that can cause that. So it's like, is it possible? It may be. Is there any hint in nature, or is there any hint in the Bible? I'd say there's definitely hints in the Bible. Are there any hints in nature that there are things that can change their appearance? Well, reptiles like lizards and things like that, they can change their appearance. They morph. They don't change from what looks like a human into a giant reptilian thing, you know. But they do change their appearance. I remember like this scene right here where this lady, when it pulled the skin back. I can remember seeing this back in the day on television. And supposedly this is running again even now. I don't know. But anyways, I just want to mention that real quick because that might be just nonsense. I'm not sure, to be honest. That's something I probably should pray on. I've just never really focused my energy on it because what if it is real? We're still in the same boat we are right now. It's kind of like the invisible enemy thing. We can't tell. We can't see it. It's invisible, or at least most of the time. Apparently it is anyways. So yeah. Well, all right. Let's look at comments one more time here. Let me think if there was anything else I wanted to mention. I know there was. Guys, I have memberships on the channel now. If you're on YouTube, there are memberships available. And there's a third tier membership on there that I'm going to be adding a feature to. So if you see the top tier membership on YouTube, I'm going to be adding a feature to it. And I'm going to add this also in a way on the website. And that is if you want to come during the show, prior to us going live when we do the show, whether it just be me or the whole crew, you can come in the studio backstage and hang out with us probably about 30, 45 minutes before the show goes live. We're talking and getting things together, and you can hang out with us backstage. And then you can stay backstage and watch the show during the whole show. And then even after the show, you'll still be backstage and you'll be able to talk with us, hang out with us, ask us questions, whatever. I'm gonna make a few spots available for each show. If so, that anybody's interested in supporting the channel at that level and wanting to be able to do that. So it'd probably be about maybe 4 people per show that I'm going to allow. And so might have to if it becomes popular, people want to do it, hang out with us backstage before, during, and after the show, then we'll work it out, figure out all the details. So, but one more time in the comments, yeah, they love to do this. Don't think, don't do nothing, just listen to us, slave. That's basically what they're saying. And I appreciate you too, Key McC. Appreciate you too. And I appreciate you sharing the video. What is there in this you can't share? I didn't say giant lizards were real. What I did say were supernatural fires are very real because they're happening all over. If you're getting here late, make sure you watch this video from the beginning. All the best content is toward the beginning and the middle, just to be honest. So it's important that information gets out. And I'm not going to make this video any longer because it'll make it harder for people to be willing to sit through and listen to the content in which they need to know this information. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, guys. I love you. Our Father in heaven loves you. And if you are so inclined, please consider showing a little support, maybe with a small donation. The links are all under the video, no matter where you're watching from. There are links, or at least there should be links under the videos. There definitely are on Rumble and YouTube and a number of other places, or a number of other platforms. So with that being said, I love you. Our Father loves you. And we will see you again here very soon on the Supernatural Show. So, bye, guys. We'll see you. I'm sure I'll be live again before Friday, so or before next Monday. I'm considering very heavily of going to a 2-show format, 2 live shows, and a recorded video that I put out some point during the week. But the other live show I'm thinking about doing is going to be on Fridays. With that being said, I am out of here. Bye, guys. I love you. Tell your friends, warn your friends, wake them up. They can't deny the things I showed in the beginning of this video, can they?